Hopefully you can hear me. I'm putting a baby down to bed, but I am being very pushed by the Spirit to say some things, um, to try to help guide, to try to help apply the psychological and spiritual medicines that are needed in these very painful, very chaotic, to say the least, times. Coretta and Martin Luther King were powerful leaders because they clearly adhered to a higher law and a higher love, and therefore were able to articulate the pain. They were able to articulate the pain of racial oppression. If you cannot articulate the pain, and I don't mean intellectually, I don't mean having a smart mouth, I don't mean having a quick mouth or having a strong intellect, I mean you are able to articulate the pain because you have done the deep soulful work of healing the pain. Often the very obscure, confused, often very tangled in historic trauma, pain, that then makes it very difficult to even really unearth to begin with, let alone articulate. Do not give credence to individuals, no matter how famous they are, okay? No matter what seeming clout they have or media influence they have. Do not give credence or attention to people who are in over their head, who think they have something insightful to say, but are really just, of small town mentality, and are clearly unable to articulate spiritually and intuitively and prayerfully at the level that needs to be articulated at this time, when it comes to the eruption of frustration and anger that has been long overdue for healing and needs it at this time. And more so than that, it needs healing. And honestly, I think a lot of healing has occurred, but the part that has been the igniting point in the frustration, point of frustration, has been the fact that leadership that can articulate the pain and rage that is constantly gets sidelined, obscured, and suffocated by narrations by people often in power, people who often have a lot of clout or influence, people who are often actually very ignorant of the pain and history of racial oppression, and really don't have the tools to articulate what needs to be articulated. And while they think their perspective is insightful, it's not insightful. It's simplistic, and it's childish. But we shouldn't give credence to it. We shouldn't give it attention. We need to focus on the fact that leadership is needed in this time, that is deeply devoted to adherence to a higher law and a higher love, so that the soulful articulation of the pain and then the healing of the pain, and more so, even so much more so than that, the leading out, of leading out from the pain, and the pits of chaos, so to speak, that much of society is embroiled in at this time.